was listening to the audiobook of The Artist's Way, and then I also checked it out from my local library. The Artist's Way is based around two main principles. One is just to write 3 pages a day. She calls it the morning pages. This foxy lady here. Morning pages, write 3 pages a day in the morning. And an artist date. Take yourself out on an artist date once a week to recharge. I find it really hard to write 3 pages. If I write 3 pages at one time, that's a lot for me. I usually write about a half a page and then I sort of drift off. My mind drifts off. The most I've ever written, I got up to writing lots and lots of pages, but it was a lot of feelings being worked out, a lot of that kind of thinking on paper that sometimes you have to do. And a lot of it I ended up shredding in the shredder. I didn't want to keep angry thoughts, and shredding it was very cathartic. But yeah, I typically write, if I keep my yellow legal pads handy, I can write 3 pages throughout the day. And actually that's why I like writing on note cards, because writing 1 note card a day or 3 note cards a day is just as good. Okay, so here's my lunch: 2 hot dogs and some strawberries. And here is the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up: The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Marie Kondo. This book was fashionable some time ago. There's a Netflix series. The reason I'm showing you this, not to highlight my dirty kitchen table, but to talk about bib cards. And this is something I learned in high school. How to take notes on index cards was something I learned in senior year language arts class. So the key thing of the bibliography card is, other than the bibliographic information, is 1 key takeaway from each book. So with each book you read, write down 1 irresistible idea, your key takeaway. You can also flip over the bibliography card and write additional notes there. Sometimes you end up writing too many details, so that's why a good habit is to write just 1 idea, 1 irresistible idea that you gleaned from each book. Okay, so I'm going to show you my number 1 note card habit that I've developed over the last year. Get a pack of index cards and do this. Just do it. See if it impacts how you perceive time in your days going by. So don't worry if you can't read this, but just put the date on the top of a note card. I use blank ones now, blank unlined. Just put the date there, and then write AM and PM. And so here it is. I've written AM and PM on my note card. Sometimes, many days, I would just get distracted and go on with my day. Just have a stack of note cards with the date on it. But you know what? It's fun to flip through those and be like, oh, those days went by. From there, I developed the habit of writing my 1 or 2 most important things to do, or that was on my mind that morning and that evening, sometimes at night. You can even add early morning up here. It's 1 4x6 note card for your daily thoughts and most important action items. No apps required, no batteries, no phone, no processors, no screens required. Just write them, put them in a box, see what builds up. An important thing to ask with writing and any craft and productivity is to ask yourself, Why is this idea, why is this current thing important to what I'm currently doing in the long term? Like with regard to your end in mind, your goal. Why is this idea important? And it's easier for me to look at individual note cards and say, why is this idea important to me? Than it is even with one sheet of paper. One sheet of paper can have so many ideas on it. One sheet, front and back, that's like 200 to 400 words. A lot of thoughts there. Break it down. There are a couple things about this writing on index card method. You don't have to like your own writing. You don't have to like your handwriting. I don't like my handwriting. It's a scribbly mess. I've come to accept it. And also there's nuance in my handwriting too, like how fast I write, how slow I write, how large or small I write. My challenge, my 48-hour challenge is to take my notes from the life-changing magic of tidying up and install them in my main anti-net, my main drawer, main box